Hello, hello. Welcome to MTG Unraveled, where we each choose a magic card and over-explain it to distract you from your current hyperfixation. I'm Rafa.
And I'm Ryan. Thank you for joining us. Each of us has picked a specific magic card that we think has something interesting about it that you may or may not know. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with guessing Rafa's pick today.
My card is 3 generic and a blue, and it's a sorcery.
Sorcery.
I know I can think of a few that are instants, like Aetherize just like popped right into my head, but sorcery is a little bit tougher.
I mean, I have a mono blue deck, but I don't run stuff that is that expensive, really.
Yeah, who plays sorceries in blue? Jeez.
That are 4 mana. Garbage.
Yeah. This one's a rare from Legends, and it's got a very simple text box. It says, destroy all forests.
That's rude.
It's awesome.
I don't deal in mass land destruction, so I have no idea. I don't think I've ever heard of this card, but that seems to be the gist of how it goes when it comes to your cards. I'll be surprised if I do guess another one at some point.
This one is named Acid Rain.
I think I have heard that name before.
You've probably come across it somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you have for your card?
Okay. For mine today, it is 1 generic red and a red legendary creature.
Electro.
No.
From Spider-Man?
No.
Oh, I thought that one looked really cool. That's all I had off the top of my head.
Okay, its creature types are human artificer.
Human artificer? That's neat. I like blue artificers better.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 1 red. I feel like I should know this card already. I don't know. You're going to have to give me more. I got nothing.
Okay, it is a 2/3 from Commander 2014.
Wow, way back. 12 years ago.
This one deals with the blue artificers in a way in the story.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I still have nothing.
Okay.
What the heck?
Let's go ahead and see what it says in the text box. So this is 2 generic and a red. Tap. Create a token that's a copy of target creature card in your graveyard, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step.
Okay, like everything about this sounds familiar. I'm gonna kick myself when I don't get it, but I really just don't know what this is.
All right, so the card is Felidin of the Third Path. Feldin. I knew I was going to do that. I said it so many times in my head. Feldin, not Felidin. I say that because of Felidar.
Yeah, Feldin of the Third Path. Yeah, you could probably do some bonkers stuff with this thing. Yeah.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and talk about your MLD over there.
My fun card?
Yeah.
Okay, there's really not too much to this card. It's very straightforward. There's no rules text. There's no lore behind this card. The art's pretty cool, though. It's by Nini Thomas, and it looks like an angel or maybe a statue of an angel, and it's getting like melted from acid rain from like coming in from one side. It looks really cool. It's really sweet art. And then I just wanted to talk about a couple cards you can do with this thing other than, just paying for and destroying all the green players' hopes and dreams. You can use a card called Magical Hack. It's 1 blue, and it lets you change the basic land type in text of a card to another basic land type. So if you put Acid Rain on the stack and then cast Magical Hack, you can change it to whatever land type you would like to destroy right now, which is kind of neat. Blue doing blue things.
Mm-hmm.
And then the best thing I could come up with how to use this card, if you have Yavimaya out, it turns everything into a forest, right? And we're assuming you're in green and blue at that point, so cast a Heroic Intervention too, of course, before you just blow up every land on the board. But yeah, Yavimaya turns this into Armageddon in blue.
It could be even worse if like Ashaya being in play.
Oh.
Everything is a forest. Everything.
Yeah, no. If I were an Ashaya player and this got cast, I would just scoop. I'd just be done. So you can play this card in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker, but I couldn't find any formats, including Commander, that really even play this card. So go find a home for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be used, but it's not typically an effect that you see in like casual Commander games.
No.
Like you have to be a special type of person to have that be your game plan, which I know there are some of you out there. So.
Yeah. This is for all the blue players who hate green players. This is your card. This is it right
it's
here.
It's the anti-Kenny.
Yeah. And the reason you probably really haven't heard of this card is because it's on the reserve list.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's expensive?
Give me a guess how much you think this card is for a decent one. Because I found a couple that were decent.
It's on the reserve list, and it doesn't see a lot of play. I'm going to go a reserved, like, $45.
45, no, double it. It's about $90 for decent-looking ones.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you found a heavily, seriously played one, maybe you could get it for 45, but who wants that? Yeah. Yeah, $90 for a card that really won't do enough for 4 mana.
No.
Unless you're playing against a mono green deck and then you just wipe that player's chance.
Yeah. I mean, one-on-one, if you end up doing something like that, then it could be like a real game changer. But even in a Commander game, like you might take one person out of the game.
The thing with a lot of green too, though, is that usually they have a lot of permanents that tap for mana that might not even be forests.
Yeah.
By the time you would cast this, like it's not going to do enough. I know that.
No.
I just thought it was a neat card. And there is something to note about it. There's also a card that came out named Tsunami, and it's green for 4 mana sorcery, and it blows up all islands.
It's always green against blue, man.
Yeah. It's not as fun though because you're in green, not blue. So.
Yeah.
That's it. Just a real quick, simple card. Go hate on some green players.
Let's go ahead and we'll talk about Feldin. Card is legal in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker. Again, what it does is you choose a creature in your graveyard, pay 3 mana, make a copy of it that's also an artifact, gains haste, do whatever you're going to do with it, and then it sacrifices at the end of turn. It would be really good with like creatures that have ETBs. It would be good if you have a whole bunch of payoffs for like sacrificing. My experience with the card is, and probably why you're like, this sounds so familiar. It was in Tago and Keskit because I had so many different payoffs for when an artifact leaves the battlefield. So it was just one way to, continuously bring something back if I wanted to schmack somebody or whatever it may be, and then deal damage when it leaves.
That deck rocked.
Ha! That's what it was called. Couple of rules texts. The token copies exactly what was printed on the original creature card, except that it's also an artifact and nothing else. So if there are any other like kinds of effects on it, another thing that I was like, I don't know what kind of effect would be out there that would change it, but it copies exactly what's on the card. If the copied creature has an X in its mana cost, X is 0. You can't pay it after the fact either.
Yeah.
As enters the battlefield, abilities of the copied creature card will trigger when the token enters the battlefield, as well as any as this permanent enters the battlefield or this permanent enters the battlefield with, those will also work. If another creature becomes a copy of or enters the battlefield as a copy of the token, that creature will copy the creature card the token was copying, except it will also be an artifact. This is true even if the creature card that was copied by Feldin's ability is no longer in the graveyard. However, the new copy won't gain haste, and it won't sacrifice at the end of turn.
Yeah, that's so intuitive to me because in my Esper artifact deck, Tawnos, I have Fairy Artisan, and if you copy the the token it makes, that token will stick around even though the Fairy Artisan token constantly changes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it also copies the card that you copied, but it doesn't copy the effects of Feldon's ability because it wasn't created by Feldon. The last one is if Feldon's ability creates multiple tokens due to a replacement effect, such as like doubling season, each of those tokens also have haste and do sacrifice at the end step.
Oh.
Because it's being created
In the same process.
From Feldon's ability.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
So, I mean, it does sound really, really combo-y. However, Feldon is basically just like a worse version of Kiki Jiki, which also makes a copy of a creature and gives it haste and sacrifices it. But you don't have to pay anything into Kiki Jiki to do that. It's just tap. There's no mana cost. So a lot of the combos that I saw with Feldon, he's really just a utility to get combo pieces out of the graveyard because Kiki Jiki doesn't pull from the graveyard. A lot of them have Kiki Jiki. That's a really hard word to say too. I'm struggling today, guys. Sorry.
Just call him KG.
It's KJ.
Yeah, it is KJ, but it sounds like G. Jiki. Anyway.
A lot of them use Kiki Jiki, but some of them don't. Also, a lot of them use Combat Celebrant to have just infinite amount of combats. There have been 8 reprints of the card. The prices vary from $2 for if you just want almost any of them at the lowest, but then there's a promo foil that you can get for $10 to $15, and the Time Spiral Remastered foil for $35 to $40. So you can pay $2 for the card, or you can pay $40. Up to you.
Does it look good though?
It's shiny.
Woo! Shiny cardboard.
All of them have the exact same art. There's only ever been one art done.
I assume the $40 one had a nicer art or something.
Just shiny.
Wow.
The art was done by Chase Stone, and it's an older, like, big, beefy dude, long gray beard, standing in a workshop, and he's holding the head of a female automaton and looking down at it, and you can, like, see the rest of the body next to it. And it's in front of this, like, lit up window. It gives a solemn feel to it. Not solemn simulacrum, just the feeling solemn. And fits insanely well for the card, which is why I picked it today. The flavor text on the cards says, "She will come back to me." So, Feldon was an important archaeologist, linguist, and glaciologist, and a mage during the Brothers' War on Dominaria, which is why I said he has to do with the Blue Artificers.
Yeah, I assumed it was about Urza
and Mishra.
Mishra, yeah.
As the Brothers' War intensified, a group of people declared not to align themselves with either side. F them boys, let them do what they're doing. They're both dumb.
Brothers will be brothers.
And they formed a research group called the Union of the Third Path. Feldon was one of the Third Path's founders, and it's where he met another founder, Ryanne.
Oh, of the Third Path.
Yes.
And I'm assuming Third Path Iconoclast also comes from, yeah.
After about 10 years of the Union gathering knowledge and teaching magic and all of that, Mishra became interested in learning what their secrets were. Who are these people? What are they doing? So he sent Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard, another card. I run it in Joda. To besiege the city. I really can't today.
It's not fun.
I'm just going to start that sentence.
Yep. Proceed. The city. Sorry.
Okay. He sent Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard, another card that we know. I run it in Joda. To besiege the city, and it stood strong. But after months of the siege, the Brotherhood of Gix betrayed the Third Path to Mishra, giving in and lending them all their secrets, and the city eventually fell. During the fall of the city, the Union worked together to save the last of all of the magical artifacts that they had been studying. And in this, Felden ordered Loran to grab something called the Golgothian Silex, which
everyone knows that
is a massively destructive artifact created by the Thran, or possibly an older civilization. They weren't 100% sure.
Do you know, is it represented in a card?
I would imagine that it's somewhere in a card because it's a major piece to the Brothers' War.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But like, where's my card that does beefy, splashy things for a big artifact for that?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it itself is a card. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, though.
Yeah.
Felden and Loran made a deal that they would meet up later because she ran off to go do that. And he's like kind of crippled at this point. He walks around with a cane, a staff. It's actually a magical artifact that he was studying, has very little knowledge of what it is or what it does.
So it's
but
not
he just
of domination.
uses it to walk around. But Loran was captured by Ashnod and tortured to discover the secrets of the artifact and learn how to summon mana from the memories of the land.
Jeez.
Loran was imprisoned for 10 years, but eventually escaped and tracked down Felden, and they got married.
Aww.
They were in love. They lived happily in a small little cottage off in the glaciers so that they could keep doing their research.
In a glacial chasm.
No. Years later, the Silex set off a blast, which was triggered by Urza, and that ended the Brothers' War. It had massive effects across the entire plane. Essentially, it rapidly started cooling the climate. So with the cooling of the climate, in addition to all of the injuries Loran sustained from Ashnod's torture, and also at this point, she was just getting pretty old. About 10 years after the Silex blast happened, Loran died. So the art on the card depicts a moment that's at the end of Felden's and Loran's story. And I actually have a little piece from the actual book that was written because it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
So it says, "You are memories," sighed Felden. "And though you are pleasant memories, I must leave you as memories. If you are here, you are no more than the automaton in the garden, unliving, an imitation of what was. I'm sorry, I went through so much trouble to bring you about, but I know that I cannot keep you." "Then why am I here?" she said. "You are here," said Felden, taking a deep breath, "so that I can say goodbye."
No.
So it's depicting a grief-stricken Felden who tried to replace the love of his life with an automaton, because he's an artificer. But Felden came to the realization that the creature is not and would never be Loran. So he removed its power stone and placed it by his wife's grave as a statue.
That's sad.
Yeah.
See, and when you described this guy, I was like, oh, you don't want to hear what this guy has to say. He's got probably some not so nice things to say about people, because you were like, he's kind of like a burly dude with a long white beard, and I'm like, judging a book by its cover.
Yeah. It actually, in the story, it also stated that Loran described him as this bear of a person who seemed to have come down from the forest and pretended to be human or something like that. Like, literally this big burly dude.
Yeah, we all know somebody like that who looks something like that and is not anything like you'd expect them to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the story, this is another example of a card where the mechanics of the card fit really well flavor-wise with the lore.
Yeah.
Because you're creating an automaton, an artifact, from a dead creature in your graveyard, and then you sacrifice it at the end, which is him letting go. It's just
Dang.
so good.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I do have some fun facts to lighten it up before we are done, though.
Okay.
So, Felden's name comes from a card from Antiquities called Felden's Cane. And that card was originally named Felden's Ice Cone,
Nice.
which was an anagram for the name of the playtest card, Don Felis Cone.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it was a really neat, like, progression. You started with
Yeah.
something that had nothing to do with this character, and it all led up to this amazing story of a character being developed.
Yeah, that's neat.
And then also within lore, after Felden's death, during the Dark, it said that Felden's cane and crutches was a mild profanity often uttered by wizards.
he's a slur, or
Yeah.
not a slur.
Not a slur, just a
yeah.
curse.
A curse.
Curse
Thank you.
word.
That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for.
He's used as a profanity. I
Yeah.
can just picture a, wizened old guy sitting in a lab doing his work and like drops his tool. Felden's canes and crutches.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, I just thought it was a really sweet story from a relatively unassuming card.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never probably going to play that card, but Lorraine of the Third Path, play that one. So now
Yeah.
I can look at that card the same ever again. That's sad.
Now you just have to play Ryanne and Ashnod's Altar and Sacred to Ashnod's, and you're really getting flavorful.
And then you play Felden and copy Lauren.
Yes.
Lauren. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is both of our cards today. At the end of every episode, we like to talk about something that we're hyper fixated about. And you have something for us to talk about today.
Yes, I do. Okay, so we're trying to build the 32 decks. This is all in Magic. Yeah. I just want to complain about how there's not enough 4-color cards. I don't think we've actually really talked about it on this show yet. And it's very frustrating every time I think about it. So not including partners, which some people argue should never have been a thing. How many 4-color decks without green? So white, black, blue, red. How many commanders do you think there are, excluding partner combinations?
It may be one. I know that there are some 4 colors that don't even have like a singular.
No, they all do. Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe one.
Your Tiller, which is no green, has 1, and it's Brea, which is 4-color artifact. Glinteye, which is no white, has 1, and it's Idris, which is, I think, like cascading, if I remember right, something like that. No blue, Dune Brood. You know which one that one is, probably.
No what?
No blue.
Oh, Saskia.
Yeah, that's the only one, excluding partners.
Mm-hmm.
Witchmaw, no red.
Atraxa!
Yes, has 2, and they're both Atraxas.
Yes.
And then why are we only doing Ink Treader, which is no black? There's currently 5, and there's 3 more that have been spoiled. 3 or 4 more that have been spoiled.
Oh, wow.
5 in that. No black. Could you stop doing those ones, please? And give us some other ones so I can have choices for my 4-color decks? Because partners are kind of boring to me unless you're doing CEDH.
Yeah. I mean, you have your typical, you're going to pair Timna with any other partner kind of thing. But yeah, we've been working on this 32 deck challenge for a while.
Years.
Now. Yeah. And it's not even just the 4-colored ones. We've struggled with trying to find colorless.
Yeah, they're doing more than that, though.
They are doing more, but it's still just a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
I don't want to build Eldrazi.
Yeah, Eldrazi and artifacts are it almost. Yeah. No, and the 4-color, I'm okay, I guess I'm going to do Jim and 11, some universes beyond, and those are still partners, but I'm well, what else am I going to do? The one commander you have a choice of? at least Gym and 11, it's like, oh, at least I get to play Stranger Things cards.
Yeah.
But I want more commanders in those colors.
No, it would be absolutely fantastic because, oh my God, we need to finish this challenge because it's stopping me from building decks that I want to build in colors we've already built.
Yeah.
And to clarify, we're doing the 32 deck challenge together.
Yeah.
We each took half. And then we planned on being like, okay, once we finish that, we'll swap. And I'll do the half that I haven't done. And you'll do the half that you haven't done. So that eventually we have the full 32 each.
Yeah.
But even just getting through half of it, and he's complaining about this because I straight up took like all of the 2-color
Yeah, I think I have like
combos.
two colors. I have Nico in blue-white and Sam in green-white. And I think that might be it. I don't remember. There might be a third one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I took almost all of them.
I have a lot of 3-color
and left
decks,
him with all of the... Yeah, you do have a lot of the 3-color.
which I like a lot.
And then I left you with pretty much all of the... I took 2 of the 4-color combos.
Yeah. That's fine.
Saskia, which is why I knew that one, is one that I plan on building. And then, obviously, I've talked about Atraxa.
Yeah. I don't even think you have to like put all 4 colors up in the top. Like a couple of the cards that have been spoiled are like green up top and then 3 or 4 of the other colors down below. Make some more of those in other combinations, please. I'll play those. Like, I know I've heard, I don't remember who it was at WotC said that it's really hard to design 4 colors because you basically have to design it with everything but what this color does, not what these 4 colors do, which I think is just poo-poo. I poo-poo that. Can I do that? I don't know. But all I'm saying is if you make it 1 or 2 colors up top and make a static ability or a tap ability or whatever of those 2 colors and then have it have effects in other colors, that's 4 colors. Let me have fun. Like, build some more.
Yeah.
They're making plenty of products that aren't going through standard sets. I understand 4 colors in standard is like a lot to ask, kind of. But there's plenty of cards coming out that aren't standard.
Yeah,
So
they do enough product
yes.
with Commander in mind at this point. They can do a Commander product that thinks about those 4 colors.
Yeah.
You know, we really do see a ton of like 3-color and 2-color. All of the precons that come out with the sets are always like 2,
or a lot of
3,
5-color.
or 5.
Yeah.
2, 3, 5.
Yeah.
No 4. They just don't. They don't give it enough love.
Yeah. What for?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. I was like, I don't think we've ever actually had an opportunity to talk about it, and it's frustrating every time I come across it. So I've been thinking about building the deck a lot, and it's just, I don't want to build partners.
No, you really like to build decks that do things that are unexpected or are not necessarily like mainstream.
Yeah, I didn't build blue-white stacks because I didn't want to play blue-white stacks. But I did do a blue-white blink, which is like the next thing down, or maybe even the top one now at this point.
Yeah.
But it's not a normal blink deck. You just make your creatures into one of those things.
Yeah.
Or your tokens. Yeah.
See, the 4 colors haven't bothered me as much with the ones that I picked because I don't care if it's a mainstream commander. A bunch of other people have this commander. Cool, good for you. I want to play it too. And you're just not the same way.
No.
And I think that's a big part of why it irks you.
Fair.
You want something different.
At least give me more options.
Yes.
I don't even want to be different for the sake of different, but I want to have choices and what one speaks to me.
As you scroll to the very bottom of the EDH rec top whatever list to see what's all the way down there. There's only one deck built around this. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You got to crack that case. That's like asking me to solve a problem. That's different.
I see fun and value to it.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I'm just saying, I don't like different for the sake of different. If I see a problem, I want to solve that problem. But I played dragons. I'm not like, ooh, I want to be different for the sake of different. I just want to do what I want to do and give me options so I can figure out what I want to do.
Yeah, but you built dragons earlier on.
Yeah, a long time ago.
In playing Magic. Like, you started the way a lot of Magic players do. I'm going to build angels. I'm going to build dragons.
Yes. Stacks.
A lot of players do that.
Then I went to my stacks phase. and I'm out of that phase now. Kind of. I'll still do it. Bracket 4 or higher. I don't have a stack deck right now, but I would.
At least I'm now more prepared than I was on like the third game I had ever played of Magic or some nonsense like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
You and your Thassa. Oh my God.
Okay, but I just have one suggestion for a deck. And I don't even care what color. You could exclude blue or green, in my opinion. Little guys. I have a Mardu Little Guys deck. Make a 4-color Little Guys deck. You'd have so many creatures to choose from. So many good cards that synergize with it. Make a commander in 4 colors that cares about power 2 or less. Oh, the blue and green both do that too. I don't care. Do you have a suggestion? Probably not, huh? Because you didn't know I was going to do this. But no. I'm just like, yeah. So anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I want more 4 colors.
It's a valid request.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our episode. You can find us on TikTok, Twitch at Dicentric Games for more Magic content, live streams, and other nerdy shenanigans.
If you'd like to share any of the quirks that Magic has hidden in their cards, join the Discord in the description. If you have questions or suggestions for the show, please leave a comment or send us an email.
For sure. We hope you learned something new today. Let us know if there's anything else interesting about the cards that we chose or what you particularly found interesting about this episode. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week.
Click all the buttons, please.
Do all the things.
Bye.